Roxo Media House.
Hey Frog fans, welcome inside the Flying T Club studio here at Roxo Media House. I'm Hauss Hejny.
And I'm Dozie Ezukanma with TCU football.
We're new freshmen on the team, with one of us hailing from Aledo right nearby, and the other from Keller just a bit north of here. We've seen the strong support for our team, and we're excited to be a part of it.
We're also excited to be on the Frogs Today broadcast team today, and we're so excited to host this week's episode. In today's show, historic moments to bring you within our baseball program, season updates from both men's and women's basketball teams who are on the road.
Additionally, we'll take a closer look at beach volleyball. The women's rifle team is headed to the NCAA championships again, and indoor track and field as well. An outstanding performance from our Horned Frogs at the NFL Combine, as well as updates from men's and women's tennis and golf teams.
We will also bring you the latest news from TCU swim and dive team, back from the Big 12 championships with some Olympic hopefuls. And last but not least, our #1 ranked equestrian team making program history. So much to get after, and a quick word from one of our sponsors. We'll dive into all of the exciting updates when we return.
Stay tuned.
We're lucky to have a collective that's as strong and as powerful as the Flying T Club. It's a big deal for us. It is a game changer. You know, I would just encourage any fans out there to support it. Everyone asks me, what's the biggest priority? And I say, NIL is big. Please jump on board, show these student athletes how much they mean to you. The thing about NIL is I think there's a right and a wrong way to do it, and the Flying T Club's do it the right way. Let's keep winning. Join the Flying T Club today.
Welcome back, Frog Nation, from the Flying T Club studio here at Roxo Media House. I'm your host, Hauss Hejny. The #5 ranked TCU baseball team is making history, continuing its undefeated streak, now at 13-0 with a 4-0 victory over Abilene Christian on Tuesday night. Over the weekend, the team went 3-0 at Globe Life Field, with their first win coming against USC on Friday in extra innings, walking it off again in the bottom of the 11th inning with a final score of 9-8.
Toughness, grittiness. Like we're always in it. There's been a few times where we've been down. It's like really doesn't feel like we're down. Like I still feel like we're good in control of this game. And like that's the thing about this team, man. We never go away. We're gonna keep going. And we could be down however many runs, and we're just going to keep going. And then I think that's something, too, that we need to keep harping on is, like, whenever we do have teams down, just trying to keep them down and not let them fight back in the ball games. I thought tonight was a big night about that, like just pitching coming in and shoving and keeping them down.
Yeah, just keep hitting, really. Just keep fighting. We faced a lot of good arms this year, but you just got to rely on one another just to pass baton down throughout the lineup, because we got our lineups 1 through 9 is you can count on everyone just to hit, and just find a way on just to get on, and the rest is that just keep relying on each other.
Head coach Kirk Sarlos shared insights on the resiliency of his team's unbeatable start to the season, highlighting the dynamic mix of freshmen, seasoned veterans, and transfers that have propelled the team to an unprecedented, undefeated record. Tune in to our latest episode of State of the Frogs with Kirk Sarlos, brought to you by the Squire Shop, filmed on location in Lawrence, Kansas.
Going back to that mix of the leadership with some of the younger players, do you hear any conversation between them about, okay, what is this like? Is there knowledge sharing? That was such a huge part of our teams. I'm sure it's the same way about coming into an environment like this. You're exactly right with what Coach Fitzgerald's done over the last couple of seasons here. Just talking about between the players, is there that type of communication and feeling like everybody's on the same page?
Yeah, I feel like it. We haven't really sat down per se and talked about what a road. We talked about what our standards are for a road trip in terms of our program and what's expected of our players on road trips. But in terms of the game, I think the thing that is special with this group, I think they understand that, hey, man, we know what the recipe is. We got to play good defense. We got to throw strikes. We got to play good offense. And if you do 3 of those things, all 3 of them, you're probably going to win. If you do 2 out of those 3, you got a good chance. If you do 1 or 0, you're going to get your brain stopped in. So we got to show up in all 3 areas this weekend, and it'll be a little bit different. But I think with Globe Life last weekend, it's a little bit different from our home schedule. So we kind of got a taste of that, and now here, we played a fall game at Texas State, stayed overnight in the fall and played a road game there. So this isn't totally foreign, but at the same time, it's our first true 3-game weekend, and I think our older guys, lead by example in terms of how they show up, whether it be for practice or team meals or what we do. It's just kind of another day.
The team is on the road for the first time this season and is gearing up for Big 12 conference play. First pitch is set for 6 p.m. tonight at KU. Good luck, Frogs. The TCU men's basketball team faced off against BYU on Saturday at the Marriott Center in Provo, Utah. They unfortunately lost their second straight game with a final score of 87-75. Back on the road, they faced West Virginia, where they managed to clinch a much-needed victory after 2 consecutive losses, pushing their overall record to 20-10 and above 500 in the Big 12 at 9-8.
Great win, needed win for us. We lost 2 in a row to really good teams, and we know that West Virginia had beaten Texas, beaten Kansas here, and so we knew and what we had to do, and but we haven't been able to put it all together. But offensively, we did tonight, and loved our offense. Still some things that we're trying to get better at, correct, but we needed every bit of it because defensively we had no answer for Edwards. Obviously, we're missing our big guy, but we got to be better than that. But he was about as good as you could possibly be. I don't think I've had anybody. I guess we had Trey Young had 40 on us, I guess, one night. So 36 is a lot. I've never had a big guy score like that, but it's unbelievable. So. We just excited about how we played offensively. Defensively could have been better, but we're still trying to find ourselves in that area. But we forced some turnovers, got some transition in the first half, and it kept us with the good lead to start. So proud of our guys. Our passing was good with the 18 assists. Too many turnovers, but my guards are new. I think I got a hard time calling timeout. I'm coaching my guards. They're all new, 3 new guards. Don't recommend it, but that's who we got, and they're getting better. And I got to coach them every moment. Every moment. You saw a few of their turnovers, mistakes, but they're great kids, and we're gonna keep coaching them, trying to get better. So
tomorrow they're set to take on UCF at the Schollmeyer Arena, aiming to secure their 10th conference win before heading to Kansas City for the Big 12 championships. Meanwhile, women's basketball unfortunately fell short against West Virginia on the road, with a final score of 57-49, but did enough with 6 wins in the Big 12 to receive a first-round bye. Today, they're in Kansas City for the second round of the Phillips 66 Big 12 championship. The 8th-seeded Horned Frogs are set to face the number 9 seed Oklahoma State Cowgirls, with tip-off scheduled for 1:30.
Really special to be back here. So we had the Big 12 Media Day, and so the arena looks great. It's the best time of the year. March Madness is here. But it's a totally different feeling. That first game against Oral Roberts, we were just trying to figure out who we are and get our program up and running, and our style of play, and learning the kids. And you hadn't been in the trenches with any of them, and to now, the DNA of each one of our kids. And we got our system figured out for the players that are healthy right now. And so that's the journey of the season, how it unfolds and how it takes shape and which players emerge. And so it's stretched you as a coach, our coaching staff. We've grown a ton, learned a whole new system. So in a weird way, this year it's been a blessing. And to still go through all that and earn a 9 seed. And not have to be in the playing game and have a chance to advance and be knocking on the door of an NCAA tournament berth. This year has been awesome. I've grown a ton from it. And then our players, I'm going to use Aaliyah as just a perfect example, but a kid that came in and didn't have a huge role a year ago and earned the 6-man spot. And then the injuries unfolded. Now she's playing 35 minutes a night as our 4 and 5 while Sedona's out. And she has just blossomed into a really good Big 12 basketball player. And we could go through the line. There's many of those kids. She's the first one that jumps out at me. But this year, as hard as it's been really rewarding and special in other ways. Tell you what, our locker room, the one word to describe it, it's resilient. This group's been through a lot. The games that we lost were tight battles, but that group kept us afloat till Madison, Sedona came back. But what's happening this year is it's a foundation that's being laid for next year and for years to come. And there's a toughness and a work ethic and a camaraderie that's special with this group. And so this year's not done. We still got a lot of basketball to play. We got to try to find a way to punch our ticket in March Madness. They're going to get rewarded and they're going to get a chance of playing postseason no matter what. But I think big picture, and I'm just excited about the future. But the message is winner stays. You know, you got to find a way. At the end of the day, winner stays, loser goes home this time of the year. And so we are who we are. We've gotten 3 games now with Madison, Sedona back, and kind of figured out what we're going to do and run over the last 2 weeks with those guys back. And so we got to be who we are. We got to be the best version of ourselves. But at the end of the day, it's March. Madness is here. Winner stays, loser goes home.
The number 6 ranked TCU women's beach volleyball team took on the Battle of the Bay last Friday. Despite a narrow loss to number 2 ranked Stanford 3-2, they bounced back with a 5-0 victory against Oregon. Their success continued on Saturday against St. Mary's 3-2, finishing the tournament sweeping UC Davis.
It is good to test the team in the beginning, you know, and see where we are, and also for the girls to see where they are, and the good competition in the beginning, like we're trying to do it throughout the whole year, you know. And as you said, in years past, sometimes we take like 1 to 2 weekends, not like super hard, you know, to get things going. But this year we have changed it a little bit, and we're gonna face good competition throughout every other weekend. And that was a great test, you know. It wasn't only Stanford over there. Was other good schools that it was good for us to, you know, to go and compete against them, because we normally don't go up there in California, Northern California. So it's good to see those teams up there as well.
Haley Hamlet and Annalena Camille both enjoyed undefeated weekends, each with a 4-0 record. In a standout performance, they continue their perfect 8-0 record for the season.
In my opinion, they're the best. One of the best. I told them, like, before we went to Stanford, like we were watching film in the office, and I told them that I can't see them not losing at all the whole year, you know, because that's how they perform. It's not like just how good they are or they can be, even more every week. It's like how they fight, you know. They never give up. There's a team that love to play, love to win, and you can see that at practices. You know, for them it's not a small opening. They just go hard on anyone in front of them. And that's a hard mentality to beat, you know, and I can see them going undefeated. You know, it's a long season, but they have the quality to do it and the mentality to do it. So it's not just how good you can hit or how you can set. It's all the things that others don't have, and you see it. They haven't lost a game yet, and I'm anticipating they're gonna win, keep winning a lot.
TCU improved 7-1 for the season, marking their 4th sweep and their first over UC Davis. The Horned Frogs will host the Horned Frog Challenge starting today against SFA at 11:30 a.m. at the TCU Beach volleyball courts. The ladies play Tulane later on this afternoon, and then 2 more on Saturday with a rematch against UC Davis, finishing with UAB. Keep it up, ladies. Stay with us, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to the Squire Shop.
We are locally owned and operated since 1994.
We specialize in the finest men's clothing that the market has to offer at affordable prices with unbelievable service.
We do custom clothing all the way to more casual, Peter Millar, Johnny O, kind of everything. Well, my dad's the owner, so I've been around retail my whole life. Oh, it's great. I mean, it's the best boss I'll ever have. I know that.
We love our TCU community. They have been so good to us. Come see us today. Go Frogs!
Welcome back to Frogs Today, and we're inside the Flying T Club studio, and I'm Dozie Ezukanma. The TCU rifle team has once again secured their 18th consecutive invitation to the NCAA Rifles Championship after a stellar regular season. The Horned Frogs will be competing for their 4th NCAA championship today and tomorrow at the WVU Coliseum in West Virginia. Stay tuned as our number 2 women's rifle team looks forward to secure their 4th national title, with insight from head coach Karen Moniz and team members Stephanie Granzo and Katie Zahn on what it will take to come out on top.
It's going to take hard work, which we have put in up until now. Now all there's left is really to stay confident, to stay strong, to believe in ourselves and in each other and in the work we've put in so far, and then just go to nationals with an open mind and think that we can really do it.
It just comes down to what we can do as individuals each and every shot, and just going back to the basics. What the average has been this season and our qualifying score, it really just comes down to this match. Doesn't matter what has happened in the past, what other teams can do. It just comes down to this match and what we can do as individuals.
Well, they kind of, they feed off of each other. They're all striving to be at the top of the leaderboard, and they're all learning from each other. They continue to learn and to grow. Here on the practice line, with every competition we go to, and it's really not who we're on the practice line with. It's all about how we perform. What is that score they put up there? And so, we may have, taken all the top spots at a competition, maybe even 1 through 10, but it's all about what kind of score did we put up there. And that's what wins championships, is performance.
This team has a very good competitive environment. I think we always try to push each other as much as we want to push ourselves. And by having teammates that are better than yourself, you're automatically pushed and you want to continue to do better all the time. So I think that having such a competitive environment on this team makes every individual shooter the best they can be.
No, we're not focused on winning. We're focused on performance. That's like I said, that's what wins championships. You've got to perform, and you got to be at your best when it matters most. And they've been performing well all year, and it's the same expectation. No matter if it's a regular season match or whether it's the championships, we're going there to be at our very best.
Good luck, ladies. On the last day of the Big 12 Indoor Track and Field Championships in Lubbock, Texas, Hejny Gray claimed the title of the 200-meter champion. She makes history as the first female 200-meter conference champion for TCU in the Big 12 era. Gray's impressive performance has also secured her a spot in the 2024 NCAA Division I Track and Field Indoor Championships in Boston today and tomorrow. Good luck, Hejny. The TCU swimming and diving team wrapped up the last day of the Big 12 Championships on Saturday evening. The men's team secured a second-place finish, while the women's team swam to third place overall. The day saw the team claiming 6 medals and setting 5 new school records.
We are heading off to zones tomorrow in Houston, and that is our one chance to qualify to the NCAA championships. So that is my next goal. We compete Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and hopefully we'll go on from there.
We have a lot of team goals on this program. We're very driven and we want to see progress each year. And as we come to a close with our season, we've actually been able to accomplish some of those, like become second at Big 12 championships. But going on into these next few years with Texas leaving the conference, we really want to see ourselves win. And I think we have the team to do it. We have the dedication, we have the drive, we have the coaching staff and the support staff on hand. I think the next one will be us. Now, for individual, I want to keep it going. I've been able to make the national championships the past 2 years. I don't really see a reason I shouldn't be there this year. And so we're going to keep driving towards that. And then after that, we'll be able to take a step back, kind of look at, see where our trials is, where next season will be. And I think I'll have some clearer goals at that point.
Let's not forget about the divers Anna Kwong and Alec Hubbard, who are qualified in the Olympic trials. Great job, Frogs. Meanwhile, TCU men's tennis continues their strong start with a record of 10-1 and securing a 4-3 victory over their arch rivals, the number 10 Texas Longhorns. Louis Maxted made a comeback win in the singles after losing the first set, while Sebastian Gonzi won in straight sets and Jake Fernley came from behind in 3 sets. The Frogs clinched a nail-biting victory, winning 4-3. This Sunday, TCU hosts number 14 ranked Baylor for a non-conference duel. Over 1,000 fans showed up last weekend against Texas. Time to do it again, Frog fans. First serve at noon. As for women's tennis, the team is 2-0 in the Big 12 and is in sweeping fashion with a 4-0 win at West Virginia and a 7-0 result against the Cincinnati Bearcats last Sunday afternoon in Ohio. This was the third time this season the ladies have recorded 7-0 wins.
We're all ready to go and get 2 wins. I think having our first conference games at home, it's really exciting. We have 2 tough opponents and, like scouting them and seeing what they're doing, both really, really strong teams. And I think each week our team's improving on the things we need to improve on. So implementing those, playing the way that I personally want to play and like our team's values, like putting those onto the court. And so yeah, just doing the things we're working on in training. And yeah, I think we're expecting a win, and continuing on of our confidence from 2 sweeps on the road, which is obviously a lot harder to get a win on the road. I think it's keeping up that confidence, keep building as a team, and we definitely didn't play our best on the road, but we got the win. So I think keeping improving our level, enjoy playing here on the purple courts, and keeping up the same things that we've been working on as a team. Obviously, whenever you play a match, you review the match, there's things to work on, and we've done that this week in training. We've had a really, really good week of training here back at home, and just going out there, competing well like we always do, and bringing those little adjustments to the court.
The just environment is different. We're playing at home, which I think is great. Like, it's always great to play at home, have your home support, but mainly we're just working on last few things to put it together, and I think we're feeling good and confident, so ready to go.
The Big 12 conference is one of the most competitive conferences within women's tennis. So it's always tough going into these conference games, but we're confident amongst our team, and we're looking to go out there and get the win.
Their next challenge comes as they host their first home conference match of the season today at 3:30 p.m. against the Houston Cougars at the Bayard H. Friedman Tennis Center. Good luck to both of our teams. Finally, the number 1 TCU equestrian team closed out conference play with a 12-7 victory over Baylor on Friday afternoon. With this win, the Horned Frogs make history, advancing to 11-0 for the first time in program history. Looking ahead, the teams gear up for the last regular season meet in Dallas, facing the number 3 ranked SMU as we speak. Good luck, ladies. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Energy does everything for us. It's all-encompassing.
We're all benefiting and affected from it.
And it is something that we all need to know about.
It is the glue that holds everything together.
TCU is powering what matters, our future.
We don't just talk about what's needed, we focus on results.
The Ralph Lowe Energy Institute is creating a world where energy is affordable, sustainable, and reliable.
Women's golf in the news again, and it was all-senior Lost Lau in Vegas. She was the runner-up at Spanish Trail Country Club with a 4-under 212 and became the all-time leader in the TCU women's golf history and 12 birdies on day 1. The team finished tied for 6 out of 13 teams.
In the latest from the NFL Combine, Jared Wiley and Brandon Coleman have turned heads with their standout relative athletic scores. RAS is a metric that combines the various categories measured at the NFL Combine, including height, weight, wingspan, drill exercises, etc. Wiley notched an impressive 9.76 out of 10, while Coleman edged even closer to perfection with a score of 9.98.
Safety Millard Bradford showcased his incredible speed, clocking in as the second fastest 40-yard dash among the safeties of 2024, reaching a peak velocity of 22.99 miles per hour.
Looking ahead, our potential Pro Frogs are gearing up for the Big 12 Pro Day, set to take place at the Star in Frisco from March 27th to the 31st. This event marks a significant first for a Power 5 conference, providing a unique platform for athletes to showcase their talents.
Before we go, make sure you keep up with all the latest updates by following us on socials at Frogs Today and checking out frogstoday.com. Frogs Today will be on the ground in Kansas throughout the week, covering all the action from the Big 12 championships for both men's and women's basketball, along with TCU baseball taking on the field in Lawrence.
We've had a lot of fun hosting this week's episode. For everyone behind the scenes here at Roxo Media House, I'm Hauss Hejny.
And I'm Dozie Ezukanma. Thanks for watching this week's show, and thank you for always supporting our football program. Please like and subscribe to Frogs Today for the best coverage of TCU athletics. Until next week,
go Frogs.
Roxo Media House.